Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We all spent the last 2 years watching the AI revolution unfold. We saw the charts, we saw the parabolic moves, we saw the FOMO. And let's be honest, many of us felt like we missed the boat, arriving at the party just as the lights were coming on. The life-changing generational wealth that was built. It was built by those who got in early, those who saw the potential in a new technology before it was a headline on every news channel. Today, we are not looking backward at AI, we are looking forward. We are looking at the next massive technological disruption, a shift so profound it makes AI look like a simple software update. We are talking about quantum computing, and I know what you're thinking, isn't that just theoretical? Isn't that for PhDs in a lab? Yes, and that's exactly why the opportunity is so massive. But we're not talking about buying IBM or Google or Microsoft. Those are $2 trillion companies. Their quantum divisions are just a rounding error on a balance sheet. No, today we're going to the other end of the spectrum. We are going where the real risk and the real alpha lives. We're talking about penny stocks. This is the get in early portfolio. This is the high risk, high reward, moonshot territory. These are the companies all trading under $5 a share that are poised at the very bleeding edge of this new frontier. A single breakthrough, a single patent, a single government contract could send any one of these into the stratosphere. And 2025 is shaping up to be the year that the market finally wakes up. I have spent months digging through the filings, the technical papers and the R&D reports. I've filtered out the noise, the scams and the pure marketing hype, and I've narrowed it down to 4. These are my top 4 quantum penny stocks under $5 to watch for 2025. A very serious disclaimer before we start. This is not financial advice. This is speculation. These are not companies for your 401k. These are companies you allocate a very small, very specific part of your risk portfolio to. These could go to zero, or they could be the next 100 times investment. Do not invest a single dollar you are not fully prepared to lose. This is a high stakes game. Alright, if you're still with me, let's get into the list. My first pick is a pure hardware play. It's a company called IonQubits Inc., ticker symbol IQ Neon Qubits. It's currently trading around $3.5 a share. Now, what do? As the name suggests, they are in the business of building the quantum computer itself. Specifically, they are specialists in trapped ion quantum systems. Let's simplify that. There are many different ways to build a qubit, the fundamental building block of a quantum computer. You have superconducting qubits, which is what Google and IBM largely use. You have photonic qubits, and you have trapped ion qubits. The argument for trapped ion systems is that the qubits are incredibly stable or coherent, and they can all be connected to each other, which is a huge advantage. The downside, historically, they've been slow. This is where IonQubits comes in. Their entire R&D focus for the last 5 years has been on one thing: speed. They are developing a new kind of photonic interconnect architecture that allows their trapped ion processor to perform operations at a speed that rivals, and in some simulations exceeds, their superconducting competitors. So why is it a penny stock? Because they are burning cash like it's firewood in winter. They are all R&D. They have almost no revenue. Their last quarterly report showed a net loss of $22 million, which for a company with a market cap of just $200 million is terrifying to traditional investors. The market sees this cash burn and runs for the hills. But here's what the market is missing. The 2025 catalyst, IonQubits, has been quietly working on a pilot program with a major German automotive manufacturer. We're talking Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes level. The goal is to use IQNI's quantum processor to simulate new battery materials. The current simulations are happening on classical supercomputers and are a massive bottleneck. The pilot program concludes in Q2 2025. If IonQubits can demonstrate quantum advantage, meaning their machine solves a problem that a classical computer effectively cannot, that auto manufacturer is expected to sign a multi-$100 million dollar contract for a dedicated on-premise quantum computer. That single event transforms IQNI from a pre-revenue R&D lab into a commercial enterprise. It validates their technology on the world stage. The risk here is obvious. If their tech doesn't deliver, or if a competitor like a real large cap player achieves a similar breakthrough first, the funding dries up. But at $3.5, the market is pricing in failure. It is not pricing in the potential for a 2025 validation that could see them re-rate to a $50 or $100 stock overnight. This is the definition of an asymmetric bet. The team is solid, packed with PhDs from MIT and European research institutes. They just need to land this one plane. I'm betting they will. My second pick is not about building the computer. It's about building what runs on the computer. This is a software and algorithms play. The company is Quantum Algorithms Corp, ticker symbol QUALG. QUALG is trading at just under $2, around $1.9 right now. This is a picks and shovels play. But for the digital age, Quantum Algorithms Corp doesn't care who wins the hardware race. Trapped, ion, superconducting, photonic. It doesn't matter. QUALG is hardware, agnostic. They are building the software layer, the operating system, and the critical apps that will run on any quantum machine. Their primary focus, two sectors, pharmaceuticals and specialty chemicals. Think about it, discovering a new drug is incredibly complex. It involves modeling how a new molecule will interact with a complex protein. Classical computers can only guess or approximate this. A quantum computer could, in theory, simulate it perfectly. This could cut the R&D time for a new life-saving drug from 10 years down to 10 months. The value proposition isn't just billions, it's trillions of dollars. QUALG is developing the specific algorithms for this. They call it their BIOC platform. It's a quantum as a service or QaaS model. They partner with big pharma companies, and those companies use QUALG software to run simulations on currently available quantum hardware from providers like IBM or Rigetti. So why is it so cheap? Because just like our first pick, revenue is tiny. It's all pilot programs. It's all consulting fees. The market doesn't know how to value a company that is building software for computers that don't fully exist yet. It's a chicken and egg problem. The 2025 catalyst is the inflection point. The hardware is finally getting good enough. We're moving from the noisy intermediate scale quantum, NISQ era, into something more robust. In 2025, we are expecting to see the first non-trivial, commercially valuable problem solved by a quantum computer, and QUALG is positioned to be the company providing the software that solves it. They have a small contract with a mid-tier pharma company that is up for renewal in Q3 2025. The whisper is that the pilot program has already identified 2 novel drug candidates for a specific type of cancer. If that news becomes public, and if QUALG can attribute that discovery to their BIOC platform, every single pharmaceutical and biotech company on the planet will be knocking on their door. This is the kind of deep dive analysis we do here every single week. If you are getting any value out of this breakdown, do me a huge favor and just tap that like button. It takes you 1 second, but it tells the algorithm that we're doing something right, and it helps the channel more than you know. And if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed with that bell notification on. You do not want to miss the next pick. The risk for QUALG is that the hardware development stalls. If the computers don't get more powerful, QUALG's beautiful software is useless. It's a car without an engine. They are entirely dependent on someone else's success. But by being hardware agnostic, they've diversified that risk. They just need one hardware platform to work, and they win. At under $2, I am very willing to take that bet. Outright, onto my third pick. This one is different. It's not about building a quantum future, it's about surviving it. This is a security play. The company is Post Quantum Secure Solutions, or PQSV, is trading about $4.1 a share. This stock is, in my opinion, one of the most misunderstood and undervalued plays in the entire sector. Here's the problem, and it's a big one. Quantum computers will, one day, be powerful enough to break virtually all the encryption we use to protect. Well, everything. Your bank accounts, your emails, your credit card numbers, government secrets, military communications. All of it is protected by encryption algorithms that a powerful quantum computer could slice through in seconds. This isn't a maybe, this is a when, and the when is getting closer. PQSV is in the post-quantum cryptography. PQC business. They develop new quantum resistant encryption algorithms and, more importantly, the hardware security modules, HSMs, that implement them. They are selling digital shields for the coming quantum war. So why is it a $4 stock? Because the threat isn't here today, it's a tomorrow problem. And corporations are notoriously cheap about upgrading their security until after they've been hacked. It's seen as a cost center, not a profit driver. The market sees slow adoption and yawns, but the catalyst is already in motion. It's not a technical catalyst, it's a regulatory one. The US National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, has been running a multi-year competition to select the new official PQC algorithms. In 2024, they finalized their selections. The 2025 catalyst is the mandate. Starting in 2025, we are going to see a flood of government mandates, starting with the US federal government requiring all new systems and all high security contracts to be PQC compliant. This will hit the defense sector, the intelligence community, and the financial sector first. BPQSV has spent the last 3 years aligning their entire product suite with the anticipated NIST standards. Their algorithms are already compliant, their hardware is ready to ship, while their large cap competitors, the Ciscos, the Palo Alto networks, are just now starting to integrate PQC into their roadmaps. PQSV is a small, nimble company that is already there. They are positioned to capture the first wave of this mandatory upgrade cycle. This isn't an optional nice to have. This is a you will do this or you will lose your federal contract situation. The total addressable market, TAM, for this is quite literally every secure server, every router, and every financial transaction terminal on Earth. It's a multi-trillion-dollar forced upgrade. The risk that the mandates are delayed, that a big player like Google or Microsoft open sources a PQC solution. That's good enough and eats PQSV's lunch, but PQSV is focusing on hardware integration, which is much harder to commoditize. They're not just selling the code, they're selling the certified tamper-proof box that runs the code at $4.1. This company is a spring-loaded trap. The second that first must be PQC compliant government RFP, request for proposal, drops. This stock is not going to be under $5 for long. That brings us to my fourth and final pick. This one is the deepest picks and shovels play on the list. If Qualgy is selling the digital software, this company is selling the literal physical components. The company is Photonics Devices Limited, ticker FOX. FOX is the cheapest on our list, trading at a tiny $1.2 a share. This is true micro-cap territory and the risk is enormous. But the potential is, in my opinion, the highest. What does Photonics Devices do? They don't make computers, they don't make software, they don't even make qubits. They make the parts that control the qubits. Specifically, FOX is a world leader in two tiny niche areas: cryogenic photonic integrated circuits, PICs, and specialized high coherence laser arrays. In English, they make the microscopic super wires and super lasers that are needed to talk to and control certain types of quantum processors, particularly superconducting and photonic systems. These components have to operate in extreme environments near absolute zero with incredible precision. This is not something you can buy off the shelf. Why are they $1.2? Because their entire customer base right now consists of about 50 university labs and the R&D departments of the big tech companies. It is a tiny, tiny market. They make just enough money from research grants and small batch orders to keep the lights on. Their manufacturing process is expensive and they have zero economies of scale. Wall Street looks at this and sees a glorified, unprofitable machine shop. But here is the secret. Here is a 2025 catalyst. Several of the leading quantum hardware companies are betting everything on a photonic approach to quantum computing. PsiQuantum is a major one. They believe they can build a 1,000,000-qubit fault-tolerant computer using photonics. To do this, they will need millions of these specialized components. Fox is currently one of only 3 suppliers in the world capable of manufacturing these components to spec. The catalyst is the move from research to production. In 2025, as these hardware companies, the ones with billions in VC funding, try to move from a proof of concept device to a commercial scale machine, they will need a supply chain. Fox is that supply chain. A single contract, a single announcement that Fox has been selected as the exclusive component supplier for one of these major quantum players would be the equivalent of a tiny spark plug manufacturer signing an exclusive deal with Ford for the Model T. Furthermore, this technology has applications beyond quantum. Their photonic circuits are being looked at for the next generation of high-speed, low-energy transceivers for data centers. The AI boom is creating a massive energy and data bottleneck, and Fox's tech could be part of the solution. The risk is existential. This is a $1.2 stock. They could run out of money. The technological path could shift if trapped. Like our first pick, iQuni wins the hardware war. The demand for Fox's specific photonic components might never materialize at scale. This is a binary bet. They either become a critical billion-dollar supplier or they go bankrupt. There is very little middle ground, but for a 100 times return. You don't look for middle ground. At $1.2, this is a lottery ticket, but it's a lottery ticket with a PhD in materials science. So, there you have it, my top 4 quantum penny stocks to watch in 2025. We have ion qubits, iQuni, the high-risk hardware builder betting on a trapped ion breakthrough. We have Quantum Algorithms, Qualg, the hardware, agnostic software play, waiting for its BIOC platform to ignite the pharma world. We have Post, quantum secure, PQSV, the digital shield, a regulation-driven play on the mandatory quantum, proofing of our entire economy. And we have Photonics Devices, Fox, the ultimate high-risk, high-reward component supplier, betting that they hold the key to building the quantum machines of the future. I want to say it one more time, these are speculative. Do your own research. Please be responsible. But if you're looking for that getting early opportunity, this is the frontier. The quantum revolution is coming, and the time to place your bets is now, not when it's already on the front page. That's my list, but I want to hear from you. What quantum companies are on your radar? Are there any hidden gems under $5 or even under $1 that I missed? Drop your research and your tickers in the comments below. Let's build this community knowledge base together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.